Good morning, friends. Welcome back to She's At It Again. My name is Tanya, and this morning, even though it is so pretty outside, I had to make myself come back inside. It's that fabulous out there. We are going to make some muffins, and I'm going to make a half batch because it's just a little more manageable that way. A full recipe makes 24 muffins, and this makes 12. And so these are called Buttermilk banana muffins, and they have walnuts on the top of them. They are so delicious, whether it's a snack, dessert, or even a breakfast to take with you on the go. You are going to want to make these on a regular rotation, I promise you. Get all the ingredients together, put it together fast, they bake quick, and they're ready to eat. No frosting on the top. These are just too good, so I want to share them with you. Let's get going on our recipe. We are going to put our wet ingredients together in this bowl, and then we'll add our dry ingredients to it. So first of all, I have about a tablespoon of honey just in the bottom of this mixing bowl. And on my stovetop, I have a half a cup of buttermilk and 4 tablespoons of butter, and I'm heating it just enough to where the butter melts. So don't want to get it too hot, but just enough to where that butter melts. In here I have 3 bananas. I peeled these the other day because they were just looking sad on the countertop. And even got some brown spots on them. These had speckles all over the banana peel. And that's the time they're the best. I promise you, they're so sweet. We're going to give these a stir. Actually, I'm going to give them a mash because I got a fork to do this with. I started to grab a spatula and I thought, you know what, should be chasing that thing around in the bottom of the bowl like crazy for a while. So we'll just get the job done with a fork. I normally keep frozen overripe bananas that are already peeled in a big zip top bag in my freezer, and I have plenty in there, but we are going on a trip. We leave in 2 days for London, and I need to get everything out of the refrigerator or off the countertops that could possibly go bad and not be able to be used during the time we're going to be gone. And yes, I'm that person that packs snacks, and I will make friends on a very long flight with people around me that want banana or buttermilk banana muffins and sausage biscuits and things that makes my husband roll his eyes, but he's the one that wants them too. So anyway, all right, got 1 big egg. We're going to stir that into the mix. Now I was telling you I had buttermilk and butter over there on the stovetop. If you don't have buttermilk, if you're one of those people go, oh, why else would I buy buttermilk? I'm not going to buy it for a half cup. That's okay. Use 1 cup of whole milk to 1 tablespoon of either white vinegar or lemon juice. Add those together. So in this recipe, you'd use half a cup of whole milk and 1.5 teaspoons of either white vinegar or lemon juice, and that will serve the same purpose as buttermilk. I happen to love buttermilk. I'll actually look for things that call for buttermilk because I love it so much. But I was raised in the South, so that's what we do. Mix our egg in there just like that. We're going to put some vanilla in here. And this is just homemade vanilla. Still got the vanilla bean in there. I'm going to put about, we'll say half a teaspoon. And I'm going to add the buttermilk and butter and see how nice and melted it is. And it's not too hot. You don't want to get it so hot it's going to cook that egg when it hits the surface of this. Okay, all out. That is our wet ingredients. I also have my oven preheating to 325 degrees. If you don't have a muffin tin like I do that's ceramic, I mean, nothing sticks to this. I never use any oil or spray or anything, and I'm not a fan of cupcake liners unless you're selling something like, you know, at a food truck or something like that where it's just easy to carry and eat. But If you don't have one that is nonstick, go ahead and prepare that ahead of time and just set that aside. All right, now let's get our dry ingredients together. We're going to set our wet ingredients aside. I have 1.5 cups of flour in here. We'll need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This is just Himalayan pink salt. And if you've ever watched me add dry ingredients to a larger bowl, I tend to have my flour at the bottom, and then I'll put my ingredients right here, and I can tell by the color of it, like I know I've put pink salt in there. If I get distracted and come back to it and I look and go, did I put the salt in there already? It's easily visible right there, and I'll usually go in a clockwise manner with my ingredients. I know that sounds weird, but it's just a habit that I have taken on because I have walked away too many times and go, honestly, I don't know what all I've put in here. Okay, 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. This is what I keep it in. So about not quite a full teaspoon. Three-fourths of a teaspoon of baking soda. And that's going to react with that buttermilk and giving it a good rise, making it nice and fluffy. And this is baking. I don't know if you can see that or not. This is an old container. And then I have just a little less than 1/4 cup of coconut sugar. So it's probably a teaspoon or two less. I just don't like them overly sweet, and trust me, the overripe bananas will be plenty sweet enough. They're really not going to need a whole lot of sweetener, and we have that tablespoon of honey in there as well, so this is just to top that off. Plus, I love the flavor of coconut sugar. It's just absolutely divine. I just think it's fabulous. All right, let me get my spatula, and we'll stir our dry ingredients together with that, and then add them to our wet. Our batter has freckles, and that is just from the coconut sugar. And it dissolves great, and it just, I can't even say enough good things about the flavor of it. It's just so good. It's not just sweet. It actually has such a delightful flavor. I call it a tropical flavor. It's probably just because mentally I know it's coconut, but it doesn't necessarily taste like coconut to me, but you know. All right, we have our ice cream scoop with a dasher on the inside. If you're in a hurry, this is definitely the way to go. Don't attempt to just put it in there with what you think is the same amount in each cup. This is such a good way to make them all pretty much evenly the same size. I don't know if this is going to make a full 12 or not. Normally I don't use this big of a scoop. I make smaller muffins, but I didn't really want small ones this time. So if you get a regular size ice cream scoop, it's going to make 12 muffins. Mine's just a little bit oversized. So it's making 11 today. Like I said, the original recipe to this, which I've had for a long, long time, makes 24 muffins. And that's normally what I make, but I'm not taking 24 muffins in my carry-on. I'll take 12. Well, we'll probably eat some before we leave the house, but I'm not taking a huge amount of those because I have other snacks to make. I'm not just taking banana muffins. Goodness. All right, next thing we're going to do is take our walnuts, and we're going to sprinkle these on the top, and you might be asking, why don't you just put them in the batter? Well, because then they kind of steam with the moisture from the batter when it heats up, And I don't want a soft walnut. I'd rather have something toasted for the top of it. And these are delightful. These are just some at the bottom of the bag that I put in my big storage jar a while ago. So some of them are a lot smaller pieces. And some of them are bigger pieces. All right, my oven is preheated, and we're going to pop these in the oven. And we're going to let them bake for 25 minutes. And we'll be back after that, and I'll show you what they look like. Timer's fixing to go off, and our muffins smell absolutely fabulous. This is one of those times I wish we had some kind of way for you to know what I'm talking about, because it smells so good. And this is what our muffins look like. I'm not going to be the hungry one on the airplane. I can just tell you that right now. And my husband will be asking me, what do you have in your backpack? It happens every time. Even though right before he leaves, he goes, what are you taking all this food for? It's not like they don't serve meals on the airline. Really? And then we get to look through my backpack to see what I brought. So anyway, the next video probably that you see will be after we get back from our trip. So we have several in line for you to watch up until that point, and we'll make some more when we come back. Recipe for this will be in the description as always, and we look forward to sharing something again with you real soon. And I look forward to coming back here to warm weather after being in London. So see ya.